So I haven't made a video in a while for a few reasons. One is I've been really busy with work. COVID's pretty much over in our world in terms of volume of business and surgeries and office, and I have just been tired. On the weekends I'm off and I didn't really want to do this. The other reason is I don't know, there's too many Flosstube channels. I always feel like people really mainly want to watch some of the bigger names, and we sort of have a small following, and is it really worth it kind of thing. Anyway, I don't know what possessed me today, but I really do want to do this video. So I haven't seen you in a long time, and I figured I'll just start like I usually start. I'll show you a finish. So this is IA 1812 from Northumberland House. Beautiful, huh? It's got a little bit of a glare. And I finished this, I don't know, maybe a few months ago, had it framed. Beautiful frame too, huh? Isn't that a pretty frame? At the cross-stitch cover, they did a beautiful job. Notice I framed it pretty close in. I really like framing antique samplers close in, and I like putting them under glass because I think that's what they did. And I try to be as authentic as possible. This is all the called for, no, it's not called for colors. I actually picked these colors out of my stash. I had a lot of stash, and I just picked a bunch of colors. I don't even know what I picked. I never wrote it down. And the fabric is from Northumberland House. And I finally put a label on the back. So that's a little project, putting labels on the back and knowing what I have. So that's my finish to show you. Okay, let's not break this. And then I could show you some things I'm currently working on. First thing I'm going to show you is this little finish. This is a freebie by Liz Matthews. Her version showed it was in black and white. I did this in colors, and then I had this little, I don't know, old beat up sort of looking tray, and I lightly sanded and spray painted it red. See, it is imperfect, but that's okay. And what I'm going to do is probably mount this. I ordered some wide green rickrack, and it's going to be mounted on this. The rickrack's going to go around. Maybe I'll embellish it with some stuff, and it's actually going to be for an exchange at a retreat where Liz Matthews is going to be. So that's a little mini finish, and this is just, I don't know, I just picked some colors, and I really like the snowflake with the little shine on it. And this is that linen that's got like sparkly stuff in it. Let me see if I can show you. I've got the video camera a little farther away right now. I finally bought a tripod, but for better or for worse. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's like that sparkly fabric. So some lucky duck is going to get this from me. Okay. So that's one thing I'm working on. I have another finish actually, but this is an old finish. This is needles and twigs. Okay, and this was made into a mat with some fabric and quilting. Somebody did this, a finisher did the quilting for me. It is imperfect, and it has a stain, and that stain happened when I put this down, and somebody puts, I don't know who did it. I put it on a counter, and before you know it, I came home and there was a stain, which means somebody spilled something, put some peroxide on it, which didn't take it out, which tells me it's there forever. So But that's okay. I put it on another counter and I put a picture over that stain, something over that stain on the counter, and you can't even tell. So that's needles and twigs. Twigs and berries by the Primitive Needle. Twigs and berries. Forgot about that. Okay, so that's another little finish that I was working on. I'm currently working on 2 different samplers. The first is one of the original samplers, reproductions by Hands Across the Sea, called Susanna Milne. And I am working on this on called for colors. This is strange. There's actually a color key on the back, and there's color keys sort of in between this in the margins here, and they don't exactly match, but you can figure it out. There must have been some alternative colors used, so you have, anyway. This was one of her first ones. I don't know if she ever corrected that error, but that's okay. And here you go. Let's see if you can see what it looks like. I didn't take it out of the frame. Isn't that pretty? It's beautiful, right? So I'm I guess about halfway done. And I really wanted, this is all done in silk. This fabric is not the called for fabric. I forgot what it is. It's some hand-dyed fabric. But I really was working on this exclusively. And last night, I got it in my head that I wanted to start something else. So what did I start? Let's see, where's the cover of this? Do we not have it? I can't show you the chart. Here it is. This is Threads of Gold, Sarah Abraham. Beautiful, huh? If you go on some of the attic videos, you will see Sarah Abraham shown. It is a magnificent, absolutely beautiful sampler. I started this. It's on Jersey Cream. Here's my start. Pretty, huh? And that's in called for colors. The weird thing about this particular chart is that it's a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy. Look at the quality of the writing, the cross-outs, the handwritten stuff, and it even says Sarah Abraham and Sarah Abrahams on this. It's sort of a mess. I bought this from Kitten Stitcher. She must have gotten the rights and the right to reproduce a few, and I think she just printed them out. And maybe a good copy doesn't exist. If anybody knows of one, let me know. But this is a legit copy. The actual chart is very readable, so I'm not concerned about that. But I usually resell, especially something that's hard to find, after I finish stitching, and I'm afraid if I resell this, somebody's going to think that I stole it, or that it's bootleg, but it's not. So that's something else I'm working on. And that's 45 count. So that's a Versoix and needlepoint silk, 1 strand on 45 count. I love the coverage. I did a sampler using 100, the thinner silk, and it was also on 45 count. And I wasn't crazy about the coverage, although the finished product looks nice. I do like on 45 count just using the Versoix, which I guess is sort of a medium weight, and it works. If you can stitch on 40 count, you can stitch on 45. Absolutely not difficult to do. So, okay, what else am I going to show you? Well, a new acquisition is this beautiful hand and lock needlework case. And I put a bunch of scissors here. And there's lots of space. You can put your, this is for Susanna Milne. This is the floss. And what else do I have in here? I have some needles, some snips. Now, all over Facebook, people are showing some Amazon finds, some fairly inexpensive leather cases just like this that are made for jewelry. They pulled stuff out, they made it their own, and they're beautiful. This is over $100. Is it worth it? Well, it's made in the UK. It's supposedly handmade. It's a reputable company. It is worth it because the quality is nice. But I think for $20 or $30 you probably can get a knockoff similar item and take out the inside and make it your own. I'm happy to have this. I'm going to bring this with me to the next, to our gathering, a retreat in May. Alright, so here's an exclusive that I have that some people have already stitched. Lucy Barber. I'm sure many of you have seen this. It came with this absolutely lovely little fob. Can you see that? And it came with this linen by, what was the name of it? Tabby Cat Wood Smoke linen. I put it away somewhere. I don't like the linen. I was sorry I bought it. I like variegated linen, as you can see. That's variegated. A lot of my samplers are on variegated linen. For this particular sampler, the linen had big blotches in it. So it was like plain linen with blotches. It just did not do anything for me. I'm going to put it in my to-sell pile. I'm sure somebody else would love to have that linen. I did not buy this with any of the floss because I have tons of floss. It's really beautiful. When am I going to get to this? I don't know. Will I get to it? God willing. So that was an exclusive that I recently bought. Looking to see any other exclusives that I bought. I think that's it for now. Something that I finished, which I cannot show you, is Ellen Barber. That is at the cross stitch cupboard. I need to pick it up. It's being framed. Okay. So I don't keep, this is in my for sale pile, but I did finish this, unfortunately. Another new acquisition, oh, this is beautiful, is by GGR, the Private Collection, Needlework Practice by a Schoolgirl. Look, I love the negative space. Absolutely love it. And this I might bring to that retreat because it's one color. There's actually two colors, but I think it's primarily one color. The color it's done is in Gentle Art Cranberry and also some toasted barley. There's a few letters in there that are the toasted barley. I easily could find something. Now the interesting thing about this chart is I had it, the only place I found it was the Cruel Goblin, and they sent me some really pretty stuff. The Cruel Goblin in Australia. So I ordered it. It was 22 Australian dollars, which is like 15 US. So even with the shipping, the US dollar is worth so much more than the Australian dollar that it was, I think, ended up being 20-something dollars shipped. And she sent me this really pretty postcard. See? And it got here in a week from Australia. So I was so impressed and very happy with that. So that is a brand new acquisition to me. I have so many charts. What to do next? Well, you know, I showed you the main things I wanted to show you today. Oh, one more. One more. This is a sewing box from Kohana. I love the Kohana scissors, but I ordered the sewing box. Let's show you the inside. That's the inside of the box. It comes out. It's got some beautiful, like a felt material. I ordered a matching, this is a measuring tape, matching. And I ordered, this is a little magnet, and you put your needle on it. It's a needle minder, needle holder. And it's just beautiful. Did I need this box? No. Do I love this box? Yes. All the way from Japan. The Japanese make such high quality items. Their scissors are phenomenal. You can't go wrong. And I wanted to get one of these boxes, and I did. I think they may be sold out. They were limited edition, but they do sell them on their website. Don't look for them elsewhere. Go directly to their website, and their shipping is amazing. It gets here in maybe a week or two. Really good. All right. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything now. I have a lot of samplers that are already kitted up. I haven't gone through them in a while, which is a bad thing because you don't want to keep buying and then all of a sudden you have old stuff. So I wanted to see if I can find some of those samplers. Okay. This is Florence Mary Dickerson. This is also a recent Hobby House Needleworks limited edition. Beautiful sampler. Absolutely beautiful. She packs everything so nicely. This is the called for fabric. It's pretty much the fabric that I used to make for Halloween, or really prim projects. And I believe it's Tabby Cat. I don't know if I'm going to do it on this fabric. It's actually creme brulee. It's 56 count. Don't ask. But 56 count by Tabby Cat. And yeah, I went all out. Here's the fob. I think these are made by Minnie McBean. And look, this is the way Hobby House Needleworks sends their silk in a beautiful little pouch. This is the way to do business, guys. So you've got this pouch full of silk, and in this, what a beautiful way. And of course I put it in a Ziploc, but I don't know when I'm going to be able to start this. Once again, do I buy and not do? Unfortunately. But Florence Mary Dickerson, I mean, this is something else. Look at the flowers. I mean, just look at that. Like I said, you know, that linen, this looks, the picture here looks like it was stitched on that linen. Verdict's not out on whether or not I'm going to actually stitch it on that linen, so we'll see. What else do I have kitted up? Well, this was bought used, but it's a beautiful sampler called Jesus Wept. I don't know if you can see, there's two parts. That and words. Words looks quite easy to stitch. This came all kitted up with Tudor silks. Beautiful Tudor silks. Okay, came all kitted up with Tudor silks, and it came with this big nice piece of linen. This linen is really wrinkly, but that's okay. Want to get wrinkles out of linen is you put it on, you can put it on a roller frame, and it will, as it stretches, the wrinkles disappear. Also, you can steam it. I have steamed these, and the wrinkles do steam out and iron, and eventually they come out. But this is a really nice big piece of something. Actually, no, this is 50 count. And I don't know exactly what it is, but it is a pretty piece of linen. I may not do this in 50 count. That might kill me off. But this is Tudor silk, which is a very thin silk, so I think it would work well. Two-sided miniature samplers. Let's see. It says miniature samplers, and let's see what the... It says the actual, it doesn't say the stitch count. Oh, that drives me nuts. But it says for a sampler a piece, approximately 13 by 13 is what you need, and that would be on 35 count. So I would imagine it's going to be 9 by 9. So they are small. Fairly easy stitch and a beautiful sampler. So Tudor silks, it came with it. I have no idea what that fabric is. It's a really big piece. I'm sure there's more than enough to do both pieces. So I have that. Let's just go through these. I don't know if these are samplers or just little pieces. I'm specifically looking for samplers. Here we go. This is Ann Thompson. And what I love about this sampler is that it's round. This is one of the nicest samplers I've ever seen. I'm going to show you the picture. This one actually has a photograph. Is that beautiful? I mean, absolutely amazing. Just breathtaking. This came with a bunch of DMC, and it came with the, this linen I know is the Scarlet House linen. It's very stiff. Nothing wrong with stiff, but it is a beautiful color. I love this color of linen. It's definitely a coffee dyed linen. I can make this. Like I said, I've really got good at making linen. And this coffee dyed linen is real pretty. Do I want to stitch something so magnificent in DMC? Sure. The chart came damaged. It's missing a piece. Lord knows why, but it is. Somebody tore it. But the chart itself is actually in great condition. Not only is it in great condition, it's a really well done chart. It's not pieces. It's like a booklet, like a Hands Across the Sea. There's a lot of colors. It would be certainly cheaper to do this in DMC, and there's nothing wrong with DMC, although I just love variegated. So maybe I'd go through my stash and match these up and get some variegated, beautiful colors of who knows what. That's probably the compromise I'll do, because if I ordered this many silks, I mean, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like 25, that's a lot of money. But that's, again, these are like samplers that I have every intention of stitching. And this one's high on my list because I've always wanted to do a round, or this one's more oblong, but a roundish sampler. Sorry, I know that bothers people. The crinkling. Sorry. Let me go through this. So I'm just looking for samplers. These are not, these are just, oh, I don't know, this and that. Small pieces mainly. Okay. Don't you just love these containers? I do. All right. I have another container here. So I want to go through this. I'm going to separate out all my samplers together. This is something by Threads of Gold called the Christmas Sampler 3. I have no doubt that this is beautiful stitch. It is not very big. It's just beautiful. This chart is, I'll show you the chart real quick. This is a small sampler. And I did buy everything for it. These are actually some Gentle Arts. It's a mixture of stuff. But look at the colors. I mean, you just know this is going to be so pretty. I don't have any fabric, but that's okay. I'm going to take my fabric out, I think, because my taste in fabrics and what I want to do changes over time. So I think I'm going to de-fabric. Here's another one I have kitted up. This is by Cross Stitch Antiques. This one's Elizabeth Martin. Magnificent sampler. Different than what I usually do. But the colors are soothing to me. Elizabeth Martin. These are nice charts. She does a beautiful job. The model design is on 46 count is 20 by 12. It's not huge. I have a piece of linen in here. And this is actually 46 count old sheep. Oh, I believe I bought this from her, kitted up. Very pretty linen. Let's see if I get this closer. This is Old Sheep by X Jude. Not sure if you can appreciate the color, but it's a very pleasant, mottled, buttery color. Really buttery. I really like this. And you see, it doesn't have like big blotches in it. It's very, if you can see, it's got a lot of modeling. And the colors, here, I'll hold them up, are soothing colors. So, yes, this came kitted up. In fact, here's the receipt. What a good deal. This was $86 and it came with everything. Something about one of the silks being back ordered. She's got a whole bunch of notes. I don't know if I ever got the silk. That's okay, I'll find it somewhere. Or this is on the back burner, but it's beautiful. It's an Irish looking sampler. Once again, Elizabeth Martin. Okay. All right. So this one I've had a long time, and this is something else. This one is Queenstown Sampler Designs, AR 1879. This came, there was, for a while you could buy a custom piece of this lakeside linen to make this. Beautiful, isn't it? Different. I don't know, maybe I'll just start a bunch of samplers and enjoy stitching them all a little at a time. That's what I'm thinking. I gotta get these all started. But let me show you the linen. So this is the custom piece of linen, and it's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Yeah. Look. Look. You can't even see it. That's the custom piece of linen, and it's Chantilly Cream by Lakeside. Oh, do I love Lakeside linen. I love the smell, the look. It's just so fresh. And here's the silk. I don't get that this picture, they don't even give you that much silk, but apparently that's enough to do the whole sampler. So pretty, huh? Just beautiful. Let's look at the stitch count. The approximate stitch area is 227 by 757. That is why this is done, but there's a lot of open space. So it's not as daunting as it sounds because there's a tremendous amount of open space, and open space is nice. I like it. Okay, more samplers. I'm just primarily looking for samplers because everything else is sort of other stuff. This sampler is dear and near to me because it's a Long Island sampler, and I was born and bred in Long Island up until about 26 years ago. I moved to Florida, but I lived in Long Island from 0 to 30. So Harriet Elizabeth Coe. Isn't that pretty? Long Island sampler, so rare. Hardly any. I mean, I rarely see them, although I bought one from Patchogue and I didn't sell it. I bought it for Queenstown, who apparently collects New York samplers. Found one with provenance at a local antique show from Patchogue, Long Island, New York. Family still lives in Patchogue, which is kind of cool. And I posted it somewhere, hey, is anybody interested in this? And this Queenstown got a hold of me. I bought it for her, had it shipped to her, and it was fun. It was not a business venture, it was a fun venture. I was happy to buy something for somebody. Harriet Elizabeth Coe, these are all the colors. I don't have the fabric for her, but that's okay. Pretty, huh? Beautiful. Beautiful colors. And this is not a big sampler. Not big. It's all you need. It's the actual suggested size of the linen is only 17 by 17. So the actual sampler size is probably 15 by 15, and that's on 30 count because this was originally done. But this is done by Brenda Gervais. Beautiful, huh? Like I said, I'm just looking for samplers. Okay. This sampler is one of the little gems from Hands Across the Sea. I printed this out. This was a PDF. I don't like PDFs. I know a lot of people do. I don't know if I'm ever going to stitch this. It's pretty sad. I have it all printed out really nice on nice paper. And the problem is that, I don't know, it's just, it doesn't say anything to me. And what's sad is I have all the silk for it. All the silk. And I have a piece of fabric in here. This is Dixie Sampler hand-dyed fabrics buttercream, which is also a beautiful fabric from Dixie Sampler. Which looks real nice with the silk, but I don't think I'm going to stitch it. I just, for whatever reason, I look at it and say, there are other things I want to stitch. Now, will that change with time? I'm not sure. I cannot sell it because unfortunately it is a PDF, even though I've never stitched it. That's sad. But, but I can sell it, the kit for it. So, anyway, it's another one I have. Oh, I love this sampler. As you notice, there's ones I have here. Most of what I have, I love, like adore. This is Sarah Haynes. What I really adore about this from Queenstown is that unfinished house. That really speaks to me. I love the pink color. I don't know, I've never seen the original, if the original looks pink like that, because it could just be a photograph issue. But I love the pink color. So I actually have some fabric to do this on. I have some straw flower by Lakeside. I have 40 count straw flower. If you can see it, it's pink. It's a lovely shade of pink. It's almost a pink, you know, like the old pink underwear, the 1920s kind of pink? That's what that reminds me of. That pink. Love it. So I have straw flower. I have a second piece in here. I don't know why I have two pieces of straw flower. Maybe I just cut it in anticipation. And look at the silk I have for this. Want to see something beautiful? So I have the silk. I have this ready to go. Sarah Haynes. Here's an oldie but a goodie. This one is called Betsy Cotton. This is by the Needles Praise. It's out of print, and I have this. This is really a small little piece, maybe a travel piece. I like bringing smalls with me. But it is a really pretty sampler, and it's got natural linen, and a bunch of it came kitted up. It came kitted up, but in DMC. Look at it. It's pretty. So this was a real small one. Who knows where I got it from? Okay. Here's another one by Hands Across the Sea, Elizabeth Martha Linfoot. This is, I bought kitted up. I have a lifetime of stitching here. I'm gonna have to go through this and say, I'm gonna stitch this one, I'm not gonna stitch that. This came with legacy linen called Nightingale. This linen I love. I love the color of it. It's sort of a mauve tan linen, which I think is real pretty for this. I love Hands Across the Sea. I love everything about this. It's on the back burner, but I did buy this as a kid. This had to have been a limited edition from somewhere. I bought this, I think, from the attic, actually. All kitted up. I know, are you bored yet? This is this is from the Salem, Massachusetts. This is an old kit, but I think it's a pretty sampler. Look at the flowers and just the way it's done. Once again, it is a small sampler, perfect for travel, a retreat. You don't want to always take those big samplers with you. It came with DMC, and it came with, actually, is it DMC? It's got something in here. Sorry for the noise. I know some person made a comment. I'm assuming this is DMC. I don't know what this is. It came with some sort of floss and that natural linen, which I don't know if I would do this on, but very pretty. I have an old Words of Praise. You can't even see it. It's called the Psalm Sampler, and this came kitted up. I think I'm going to try to sell this. I have to. The picture is impossible to see. I'm going to see if I can download an actual photo, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get to this. It looks, just from the shape, that's all you can see. You just know it's going to be pretty. The 100th Psalm. So that's in here. Another one that I always thought was pretty by the Scarlet Letter is Rebecca Robinson, a Pennsylvania sampler. And what I like about this is actually the border. I thought the border was sort of neat. It's not connected. And this came kitted up with her fabric. Like I said, her fabric always has this pretty coffee dyed look to it, and it came with a bunch of silk. So this actually came kitted up. I don't know where I bought it. I might have bought it directly from her. This is a really pretty sampler. There's not a lot of negative space in this one. This I actually bought on eBay about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. This is called Carolyn McNeil, a Scottish reproduction sampler by Samplers Revisited. It is out of print. Now, look at this sampler. Pretty, right? Where do you see the colors, though? Where do you see the colors? This came kitted up, and I think this is Lakeside Linen. This is Maritime White. Lakeside Linen, Maritime White. Okay, but it came with all these MPI silks, and I'm going to show this to you. The colors on the sampler are so vibrant and purple and pretty. Can you see? Oh gee, you can't see. Here. Purple. Look at the purples. I mean, you just know this is going to be pretty. I will stitch this eventually. It says here the original was a 16-inch square. The stitch count is 269 by 251, which is normal. But look at the flowers. Look at the flowers. It's, like I said, it's out of print, but look at the flowers. That's really pretty. And the silk color is very beautiful. So I love this sampler. This is one of my I love you samplers. Are we almost done? Sure. I have another one, Jane Pattison. It's the only sampler that I have wool for. This is actually kitted up with wool floss. I don't know if I'm going to get to it. It's very pretty, and this wool floss, I have, let's see, it says here Belfast Platinum fabric, 32 count with all this wool. I might let this one go because I know I'm not going to get to it. I always wanted to stitch something with wool, but I don't know if I'm going to get to it. This is Mary Ann Bailey. I have not started it. I've got a bunch of the flosses picked out. Mary Ann Bailey has this beautiful border of strawberries. Once again, what a magnificent sampler. This is just, I love everything about it. It's a Pennsylvania sampler. I think I'm really drawn. And this one is Mary Brown. Mary Brown is not a large sampler, but it is awfully pretty. Some of the attic videos, they have this hanging on the wall. It's real beautiful. And I do have this with the silk. I don't know who sent the silk like that, all bundled up. It's interesting. Where did I buy this from? Doesn't say. It's possible I bought this directly from Hands Across the Sea. She used to sell stuff kitted up in the beginning. And this was one of her earlier samplers. And I have one more, almost done. A sampler that I think is just absolutely wonderful by Homespun Elegance. This is a super old chart, you can tell, because it's really, it's on this thick paper. It's the whole chart, which I really like. But this is called Unfinished, and what I like about it, it's an unfinished sampler, which I find to be super cool, which takes me back to that red sampler, which is also on the Unfinished. So this is Unfinished by Homespun Elegance. I don't think she's doing samplers anymore. Let's see, I have all the called for colors, fairly muted, all the called for colors. And it looks like I have a piece, it can't be this small. It cannot be this small. What is this piece doing in here? Hold on. Let's look. Why is there a piece in here? It says here, and I think that, I don't know what this count is. This looks like 28 count. And it says stitch count is 240 by 258. So this is not gonna, I don't know why I have that in there. Let's get that out of there. So I do not have fabric for this. The picture looks awfully dull. It's just the picture, because the colors are not dull. They're really pretty. You've got some pretty pink in here and green. So, okay. That's the samplers I have that are kitted up. I have other samplers that are not kitted up. I'm not going to go through them, or semi-kitted. Some of these just have the silks. I have also by Cross Stitch Antiques, I have Innocence, which I thought was one of the prettiest color samplers I've ever seen. I'm just thumbing through this just to see what I got in here. I've got another one by Cross Stitch Antiques, this Reese Tegan Memory Sampler, which is awfully pretty. You know, I've got a few things in here. So anyway, I think I'm going to go through this and probably list some of this stuff for sale. Not the ones that I say I love, of course not, but just list some of these for sale because I really, I need to destash a bit, and because I'm never going to get to them all, but I love them all. I do. I hope you enjoyed. If you do enjoy this, please comment. That makes me feel like I'm not wasting my time making these just for a few people. Or even if I am, quote, wasting my time for a few people, that's okay. It's a few people. And we have a bunch of very nice people on our page on Facebook called the Vintage Cross Stitch Niche. It's a group, it's a closed group, so you have to answer questions to become a member. And it's a really nice group. I do list a lot of stuff for sale on there, and not all the time, probably once every 2 months or so I'll have a sale, but usually it's good, rare stuff. So, you know, like linens that nobody can find and so forth. But I hope you enjoyed, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's a Saturday today, and happy Saturday to you. Take care. Bye-bye. And I'm going to close this.